Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful one out there. Dennis Purvis with you, as always, on another edition of Home Solutions, your area's only local home and garden show. Hey, we are happy to be here, happy to be back for another week. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you for the contacts this week. Got a good show for you today, but as always, we are brought to you by my company, Pro 93 Home Solutions. Jesse and I are ready and willing to help you out with any of your contracting needs. We're your local, friendly, neighborhood general contractor. Whether it's something small to large to you want a custom home built, we would love to help out. We love kitchen and bath remodels right now. We've got them lined up for quite a bit here. We've got some standalone garages, a lot of basement finishing. Whatever you've got lined up, we would love to help you. Give us a call, 458-4135, or look us up online, pro93homesolutions.com. Got a new website me rolling out under construction, so be on the lookout for that at pro93homesolutions.com. But we'll still have our Contact Us tab. If you'll hit that. That comes directly to Jesse and I, directly to our phone, email, so we can get you scheduled for a free estimate with our estimator, Chris Plank. He'll come out, take a look at your project, and hopefully give you some good ideas on how you can save some money and get everything done within your budget. And don't forget, we also are a full-service residential and small commercial clean team. Wendy and the clean team are ready to come out and give you an estimate, whether it's a one-time deep clean, it's springtime, maybe you just want to do a little spring cleaning, maybe you want to hit those baseboards or windows or blinds or whatever it is. She'd love to come give you a quote. Also, remember, we do move-in, move-out services, construction cleanup, and also recurring service. So to all of our customers out there that have been doing the recurring service with us, we appreciate you. And as always, we offer a green clean opportunity as well, using Melaleuca products that are free of ammoniums and chlorides. And chlorine, So more all natural, don't have that smell. If you've got someone with allergies, or maybe they just don't like the smell of cleaning solutions, that is no additional charge. We can do that without a problem. So give us a call, 458-4135, for all your general contracting and cleaning needs. So there's my commercial for the day. Let's jump into my guest today. So I'm excited to have Jill Mallett with us from Premier Property Group. Jill is like a realtor extraordinaire, and if for everybody watching on Facebook, she's even got it on her shirt. She's blinging on her shirt there, fresh rhinestones that says realtor. Jill, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me this morning.
Well, I'm happy to have you, and just because we try to, we're a home and garden show. We talk a lot about the things you can do to your house, and we'll get into that in a little bit from a realtor's point of view.
Okay.
If people are looking to maybe sell their house, some of the things they can do. But really, I think a lot of folks out there just trying to kind of get an idea of what's going on in the market. It seems like it's been all over the place, but and we'll talk about that too. But first, before we get any further, what's your story? How'd you get here? Where are you located? What areas do you serve? And why real estate?
Well, my husband and I moved to the Chattanooga area 11 years ago. We came up from South Florida, was kind of done with the heat and wanted a change of pace. I got into real estate 8 years ago. Love to help people. Always been a passion of mine down in South Florida, but didn't have the opportunity down there because there was 3,000,000 agents.
Yeah.
So when I came up here, decided to make a career change, get into it, and I just love it. Love helping people find houses, sell houses. I'm licensed in both Tennessee and Georgia, so I go as far south in Georgia to like the Dalton area, Chickamauga, Lafayette. I'm up here, Cleveland to Dayton, Spring City, Whitwell. I'm a little bit all over the place. Signal Mountain, wherever you need me.
And just so you know, it's around here. It's Whitwell.
Whitwell.
Okay. But I will say this. If you are listening on the radio, all right, if you're streaming, you could be listening anywhere. But if you're listening on the radio right now, she services your market. That's what I can tell you right now. No matter where you're hearing us at right now, give Jill a call. She can take care of you. So, Jill, so you get into real estate. What's for you? What's the thing that gets you? What's the funnest part of it for you?
There's two things. One, I love my first-time home buyers.
Oh, yeah.
I love to help people navigate this. I was Originally in Fort Myers, I was a assistant principal at a school, so I like to teach people.
Oh, there you go.
So getting those young buyers, they don't know what they're doing.
They don't.
I have a lot of patience with them, sitting them down from the beginning to the end, setting them up with lenders, home inspections, pest control, home construction people if we need it.
That's right.
And just walking them through it and just making it as less stressful as I can for them.
And for, it's, you say the word ignorant in a very pejorative sense, but a lot of folks, if you haven't done it before, number one, buying a house for most people is the biggest financial decision of their life.
Absolutely.
Right? They need someone to guide them through the process. And, my background before I got into construction was, I came out of the finance industry. I came out of mortgages, worked for some of the largest banks in the country. And I can tell you, with every closing, there was an additional sheet of paper. There was an additional thing, right? Then 2008 happened, and then all the laws changed, and everything changed. There were times I'd sit down at the closing table and be like, I haven't seen that form before, and if you're a first-time buyer and you've never even walked down this road, folks, don't try to do it by yourself.
Yes.
And it's the same advice I give people about trying to sell their house by owner.
Yes.
And I can tell you, I understand. Look, I'm cheap. I am my father's son. I have turned the literal lights off on my daughters as they were. I did just because I thought the bathroom lights on. They're in there putting makeup on. Nope, click, gone. But it's yes. Everybody thinks I can make more money if I don't have to pay that big commission.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, folks? If you look at every study that's out there and all the statistics, having a realtor is going to, and I'm going to let you talk about this, but I know this info. Come on, folks. They're going to make you more money.
Yes. Yes.
You will clear more money with a realtor 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely. And I think the percentage of for sale by home sellers that end up using a realtor is pretty high, like up to 70 or 80%. So, and you got to remember too that I work with an investor, a few of them, but this one in particular, he owns 80-something properties. And he went, I told him he was cheating on me. He went and kind of did it by himself with something, and he got into some trouble with it.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. And at that point, he said, I will never cheat on you again.
Yes. You'll learn your lesson. Listen, if you haven't seen the Tennessee contract for real estate, there's some crazy stuff in there. You guys aren't just people running around showing people kitchens and bathrooms. I joke all the time. Realtors are part lawyer.
Absolutely.
They got to know this stuff. I mean, there is some legalese written in there. There's a lot of things about your earnest money. There's about occupancy, about what kind of lending you're going to do, what's going to be acceptable. Is there going to be an allowance? Guys, all these things factor in. And here's the other beautiful thing. If you've got a realtor that knows what they're doing, who knows their market, they're going to get you top dollar.
Yeah.
You're not. And listen, and I'll tell you another important thing on the process is having somebody you trust to talk you off the ledge.
Absolutely. I think that's most of my job.
Yeah. You're like, this is where the education comes in. This is where being on a principal, because you're part guidance counselor some days, aren't you?
Yes. And I think that I goof that one of the things that I take care of is I try to make the process as easy and stress-free, because it's stressful. No matter what you're doing, buying, selling, it's stressful. And I had one, I listed the house. We were under contract, about to close. We had an appraiser come out. They gave me some repairs they needed done. We got our guys over there, fixed them. The day before closing, the appraiser went back out there, and she said, whoops, now I need this and this done. And I was like, oh,
Which
no.
can happen, folks.
Absolutely. So and now it's like 8 o'clock at night. I get a handyman on the phone. He's trying to rearrange his schedule for me to be out there at 5 o'clock in the morning to fix this. I finally worked that out. It's now 9:30 at night. I don't want to call my seller. She doesn't live in the house anymore. She just moved out. I'm going to call her tomorrow morning, explain everything. Well, she decided to drive by the home at 6 o'clock in the morning to pick up her mail, sees a handyman there, and is totally, what is going on? My handyman's like, you need to call Jill. And she did. I said, I wanted you to have a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
It's all taken care of.
Because she wouldn't have slept.
She wouldn't have slept.
Nope.
I got it done. We still closed. And that's what I do for you.
Folks, so listen, I can go ahead and tell you, that's above and beyond. Somebody that's going to take care of that. So, Jill, how can folks, if they're hearing this and they're listening to us today and they're thinking about maybe buying, they're thinking about selling, or they just want to see what their home's worth, right? How do they get a hold of you?
Absolutely. You can give me a call, 423-309-0182. Call me, text me. My website is chatrealtor.com. My email is at jill@chatrealtor.com. So just give me a call. I'd be happy to just come out there, talk to you, and
that's chat with 2 T's.
Chat with 2 T's.
Short for Chattanooga. Love it.
You got it.
Gotcha. So where is the market right now?
Where is the market right now?
We got a few minutes before the break. When somebody comes up and says, how is it? What is it? What are you seeing out there?
What I'm seeing is we've changed from, people are saying, oh, prices are coming down and all that. 7-8 months ago, everything was inflated. We were multiple offers. It was going for $40,000 over asking price. We are now hitting market value prices.
Yeah.
Interest rates are high, so it's slowing our buyers down a little bit, but prices are good. We're believing that there's going to be more on the market. Believe Bradley County, we have less than 300 houses on the market. Hamilton County, we're at 6 something. So inventory's low, but it's still the time to buy, because when we get back from break, I'll tell you what I'm thinking about that.
Well, there you go. And for those of you that are looking to sell, what I'm seeing out there is that it was crazy there for a while just because it seemed like there wasn't any homes. There weren't any homes.
Correct.
And so when people found a house they wanted, we had a guy last year we were doing some repairs for that his sweetener to get his house, it was multiple cash offers on this house. He gave the seller, guy's a pilot with a helicopter. He gave them 2 free helicopter rides for the next 2 years.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, how do you pass that up?
That's a great idea.
You want to head up to Asheville and see the Biltmore? Hang on, let me call my chopper pilot.
Yeah.
So you see these kind of creative things, people trying to do that because when inventory is low, it's supply and demand.
Yes.
I mean, it's capitalism at its finest. But, and folks, just so you know, the relationship with with interest rates are the buying power slows down.
Yes.
Because people can't, all of a sudden at a 6% rate, they can't, there's $200 a month that more house they could have bought when they were down in 3.5%.
Yes.
So it's definitely a different economic, but we're seeing, in the construction business, we're still seeing people build houses. They're still buying land. No, that part hasn't slowed down.
No, not at all. And it's still a time to buy.
Yeah.
It is still a time to buy because prices are only going to go up.
It's an investment. And how many books you can go over here to any bookstore and most financial folks are going to tell you, dirt's the one thing that's you can invest in.
Yes.
If you're going to have a portfolio, you want some gold, silver, and dirt. Right?
Yep.
Because they ain't making any more of it.
No.
It's kind of a finite thing. If you've got some of it, you're going to be in good shape. So, all right, right before we break, give them your phone number one more time.
It's 423-309-0182.
And it's Chat Realtor, CHATT Realtor.com. You can get to her. Hang in there. We come back. We're going to talk about, there's some crazy things that I just learned about Jill, some of her certifications and different things she's done that I found just extremely interesting considering the market we're all in right now. So we come back. We're going to talk about that. And she's already done a great job teasing some things she's thinking about. So stay right there. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Dennis Purvis in studio with Jill Mallett from Premier Property Group. She is the realtor extraordinaire. And listen, before we go any further, for those of you driving around this morning, listening to us on the radio, thank you so much. I hope you're having a good Saturday start to it. Maybe you're going out to get some projects done at the house. Maybe you're doing some shopping, running errands, whatever it is. Thank you for tuning in to us. Second of all, some of you may be streaming online or on the Mix 1041 app. Thank you for wherever you are all over the world. And if you don't have the Mix 1041 app, you need to download it from the App Store on your phone. It is fantastic content. Especially with a lot of local news, breaking news, and Mix TV. So check that out too. So, hey, everybody in Facebook world will wave. Hi. Good to see everybody on Facebook this morning. So, Jill.
Yes.
You teased it right before we left. You said, there's something tell you what I'm thinking. So you spill the beans. Talk to us.
This is what I got for you. You know, people are afraid to purchase right now because of the high interest rate. So prices on homes are only going to go up. Mm-hmm. It's known. Are they going to jump like they did in the past 2 years? No. But every year you're going to see at least, 5 to 6% increase on a home. Right now, there are some people that are afraid to buy because of the high interest rates. So we're not dealing with a bunch of multiple offers. I did a listing and 28 offers on it. We're still seeing some, but it's not to that extent. So my advice to you is it is a time to buy, because if you buy now, the competition is not out there. We've got the buyers, but not as many as we did back 8-9 months ago. So you're not dealing with getting creative. We've had to go in on offers with no contingencies, no inspections, no appraisals, just to get a chance to win it. Right now, you don't have to do that. We can go in with clean offers, good offers, and here's my advice. Purchase a home. When the interest rates go down, you refinance.
Yeah.
And I say this too because, think of this, when those interest rates go down a little bit, what's going to happen? Those buyers that have been waiting, they're going to come back on the market, right? They're going to want to start buying, and now you've got a bunch of competition again.
Yep.
And we're going to be in that same market. So it is a great time to buy. Get off the fence. Take a look out there. Prices are only going to go up. When the interest rates come down, you can refinance, and then you're not in that frenzy of, 20 offers on a home.
And I'll understand this too, that refinance, because, most banks, they make you got to live in a house 6 to 12 months before you even can refinance, because they're only going to use the purchase price or the appraised price in the last 12 months, whichever one is lower. So if you bought a house for $300 and you've been there a year, and now all of a sudden it's worth $310, $315, now when you refinance, you're going to be at a lower loan to value, right? You're going to be saving money because interest rates have went back down. It's a win-win all the way around. Your CPA is going to love you, and your financial planner, because you've just taken advantage of the equity position in your house. So she's giving great advice there. So let's talk about the folks that are out there right now that are thinking about selling. And, we get these questions all the time where we get calls, and these are folks that haven't talked to a lawyer, they probably haven't done that either. Haven't talked to a realtor. They haven't even kind of looked at the market. But there is this a sickness when someone wants to sell their house where they just want to spend a bunch of money that fixing things that they think need to be fixed.
Yes.
And they'll call us and be like, I want this, I want that, and they want all these quotes. I'm like, and I know they're going to sell the house.
Right.
And I just will, and I very politely, look, we will take any money you want to give us.
Yes.
However, have you talked to a realtor yet?
Yes.
Because I can tell you that some of these things you're going to do are not dollar for dollar.
You got it. You
are not going to make money. You're not going to get that money back. You're just throwing that down. And little things like, paint, carpet, what you like may not be what the next person's going to like.
Absolutely. And you can put in the listings. So if you do have carpet and it's not in the best shape, well, Johnny over there might want carpet. Susie may want hard floors. So we can even put in a listing. We'll give you X amount of dollars towards a floor alarm. Yeah, you got
exactly.
It. So there's ways around that.
And understand too, folks, and the things I suggest to them, I play part-time realtor when they haven't got to somebody and now I'm just going to be like, call Jill. But the reality is, guys, kitchens and bathrooms sell houses.
Absolutely.
right? So, and we tell people that if you're going to spend some money,
Yep.
update the kitchen,
Yes.
update the bathrooms,
Yes.
right? Guys, there's a lot of times that, and the other thing we tell folks, and tell me if I'm wrong, that first impression when you pull up. What's the yard look like? What's the
Absolutely.
landscaping? You could spend a weekend and a couple $100 at a nursery, come home, spread a little mulch, clean up the beds, take the hedge trimmers to the bushes.
Yep.
But think about it. And I know when you watch people, I had one of my realtor buddies says, I know we found the right house when I see them mentally putting their furniture in the room.
Yep.
Like they're walking around going, that'll go there, and the
Yep.
couch will go over here. And he said they're starting. This is becoming their house. He
Yes.
said, but that starts at the driveway.
That starts with the driveway. And you got to understand, too, that before a client calls me and says, Jill, I want to see this house, they've driven by your house.
And they've pulled it up on Google Earth. They've seen
driven
every.
by it. So
if you
they
ever
don't
put it
like
on Zillow, they've looked up every picture.
You got it. So if they have driven by and the outside doesn't look, they're not telling me, hey, Jill, I want to go look at this house.
They are judging a book by its cover.
You got
they
it.
absolutely are. So again, that first impression,
Yes.
getting the yard nice, making sure everything looks good. What are some other things that you've learned in your experience that people can spend right before they list that you believe is kind of a dollar for dollar that they can get that money back?
Well, actually, the best thing to do is call us when you're thinking of listing. So if it's in that conversation, husband, wife, single, whatever it is, you're starting to think about maybe we should sell. Call me. I will come out. I will tell you by looking, do this, do this, do this, do this. You're right. Kitchens, bathrooms, main seller. Curb appeal, big deal. There are little things you can do, and there's little things you don't have to do.
Exactly.
So,
and that's where you folks don't throw good money to bad.
you got it.
Right? There's no need to it. Get somebody who knows. Get somebody like Jill. Jill, one more time. How do they get a hold of you?
They just give me a call, 423-309-0182.
Chatrealtor.com. If you're a Webby, get on the old interwebs and find her right there. You can contact her right through there. You also get to see if you want to see some great reviews, what other people are saying, she's got them right there on her website. You can check those out. She's got a lot of satisfied folks on there. So changing gears just a little bit.
Okay.
You and I had lunch earlier this week. We were talking about some of the certifications you've just gotten. Now, you've got Europe certified buyer's agent, selling agent. Like you've got both sides covered. I know you're getting ready to graduate from the Leadership Institute there at GCAR.
Yep.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you
that, by the
very
way.
much.
That's a big deal. But one of the things you told me was just because we have done so much in the last 2 years. We've done so much with helping folks get their homes ready to take care of their parents.
Yes.
Who have now had, maybe dad's passed, mom's got to move back in. We're finishing a basement, making an apartment. Yes. We're turning the attic into a nice suite to move the kids up so grandma can have their room.
Yes.
Whatever that is. But you just got your senior certification, correct?
Correct, yes.
Talk a little bit about what's involved with that.
Well, so with the senior certification, and I had said on the earlier one that one of my passions is first-time home buyers, and then on the flip side is what do we do when this is ending? What are our options? A lot of times the seniors have been living in their house for numerous years, so it is not just a house for sale. This is their home. It's emotional. It's, they've had Johnny's picture on the wall for 90 years.
You take it off the wall and it's been painted around. Yeah.
So
it's where they brought their kids home. It's where they graduated from high school. It's where they had
absolutely.
the first wedding might have been in the backyard, right? For the daughter. Yeah.
You got it. And what's next for them? Is it moving into a kid's house that they've done remodeling of a basement? Is it moving into an assisted living? Is
Maybe
it
grabbing a condo, doing downsizing, right?
You got it. There are so many avenues and decisions that seniors have to make.
Yeah.
And so what the class taught us to do is how to maneuver through that.
Yeah.
And all the different opportunities for them, the different avenues. Do we need to do an estate sale? Do we need to get somebody in here and just pack things up? Do we need to get a great contractor here, like this gentleman I'm talking to right here to my left? And, and update that bathroom because they still have that pink tile in there.
And there's shag carpet in the den.
Shag carpet in the den.
Or my favorite.
Oh.
Listen.
Uh-oh.
The textured, I call it scratch and sniff wallpaper.
Well, wallpaper's coming back.
I know, but this is we took some sheetrock off a wall, and it was like leopard print, 1974. It was obviously the rage.
Yes.
And I was just like, holy cow, this was a real thing. You see that stuff. People were, number one, we joke around, people, you've got teenage boys, they get nose blind in their own room, but people get kind of in that process because of the sentimentality.
Oh,
and the nostalgia and everything that's wrapped up in their home. They get blinded to something.
Yes.
They need somebody to be able to gently walk through this stage after stage with them to get them to the other side, because it's
emotional.
Yeah.
And sometimes I goof. Sometimes I'm a counselor. Sometimes I'm a real estate agent. Sometimes
what shirt am I wearing today? What hat am I putting on?
Sometimes I'm cleaning out a room.
It's like coaching a ball team. Everybody's got to be different. You can't coach them all the same.
You got it.
It's case by case.
You got it. And sometimes just sitting, especially with our seniors, sitting down and having a cup of coffee with them. I've had a couple that I've worked with, more than a couple that I've had to. Okay, I got to go over to Miss So-and-so's house. I need 2 hours because I just sit and I learn sometimes stuff I don't want to know, but
yes.
No, just sitting there and talking to them and making them feel comfortable with me to help them make that transition.
Well, and as they're talking, you're picking up on, they're telling you what's important to them.
Absolutely.
They're telling them what their hot buttons are.
Yep.
They're telling them what you're learning. When if we will listen more, the old adage, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
You got that.
But you do that, and you figure if you're in this for a relationship versus a transaction, you're going to listen.
Yes.
Right? And that's what I love about you, is that you've taken the time not just to get all the certifications and the education to make sure you've got, and that's the principal in you. That's the teacher in you, right? I want all the information.
I need that
knowledge.
Yes.
But then to have that concern and that care to be able to spend that time, we just went through this with my grandmother, and I can tell you, I was not prepared for how, there's things in my home now because she didn't have where she was going. She was downsizing.
Yes.
Like, I've got the bedroom suite that, I used to stay in as a kid is now my guest room in my home.
Yes.
Right. And it's weird to walk in there. It doesn't smell like grandma's house. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's, there is a lot that people just don't understand, and to know, and I think from a business point of view, I think it's a great strategy on your part, just because that market's growing every day.
Yes,
we're
absolutely.
aging as everybody's aging and living longer.
Yes.
Retirement isn't there for everybody.
You got it.
And you've got to make some hard decisions financially when you get to that age. So, listen, I really appreciate you being here today. We could do this. We could have like 3 of these shows and just fly by, but we got to get you back on in a few more months. We'll kind of see where the market is, bring you back.
Sounds great.
Real quick before we get off, how do people get a hold of you one more time?
Please give me a call, 423-309-0182. And my chat realtors, 2 T's, chatrealtor.com. Email me, text me, call me, and I'll be happy to set up something with you, and let's see what we can do.
Folks, if you're thinking about call her, she's an expert who actually cares. She will take the time to take care of you, which is why I wanted to bring her on and talk about where we are. It's the biggest investment in most of our lives. Let's know how to capitalize on it and make the most of it. So listen, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week. Enjoy this beautiful weather this week. Hopefully it won't rain all week. But until then, go love on your family, love on your neighbor, and remember, we're all in this together. We'll see you next week. You've been listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.